But there's 4 things that we seek refuge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end of the salah. 4 things. The first thing, there's 4 things as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. He said that there's 4 things that before you finish the salah that you seek refuge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from. 4 major things. The first thing we say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adabi jahannam. So the first thing we say, oh Allah, inni, verily, I, or certainly I, verily I, inni, oh Allah, verily I, a'udhu bika, I seek refuge with thee, right? I seek refuge with thee. I seek protection with you. Thee means you. Min, from, adabi jahannam means from the punishment of the hellfire. Okay? So that's the first thing we seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because that is the purpose in life. Our purpose in life is what? To worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be saved from the fire. That is the main thing. We do not want to touch the fire. We do not want to feel the fire. We don't want to feel the heat of the fire. Right? And if possible, we don't even want to look at the fire. Right? Although Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that everybody will have to walk over that bridge that crosses over the fire. Maybe inshallah, we be of those who, the blinking of an eye. Okay? We don't want to be of those who are crawling over the sirats. Okay? We want to be saved from the punishment of the hellfire and do actions that will prevent us from even having to look at the fire, feel anything from the fire, look at it, anything in that subject, in that matter. Okay? O Allah, verily I seek refuge in you or thee from the punishment of the fire or the punishment of the hellfire. Jahannam, right? A name of the hellfire. Jahannam, right? Another name for the hellfire, Jahim. Another name of hellfire, Jahannam, Jahim. Another name is Nar, fire. Okay? So Allah, I seek refuge in you from the punishment of the hellfire. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adhabi jahannam. Right? Number 2. Wa min adhabil qabri. Right? Wa means and. Min means from. And from adhabil qabri, the punishment of the grave. Okay? So qabri means grave. Qabri. Wa min adhabil qabri. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that the grave or the punishment of the grave is real. Some people say, oh, he's resting in peace. Oh, he's in a better place now, as the Christians tell us. Oh, I know. Like they say, oh, I know Muhammad Ali, he's just looking at us right now, pulling strings. You don't know where he's at. You don't know what he's doing. Okay? So we seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from another reality. And this is part of the unseen, to believe in the unseen. Because if you don't believe in the punishment of the grave, and you think you just want to die, just going to be laying in there, then you are mistaken. Okay? Because there is a punishment, a real punishment in the grave for those who are deserving of that punishment. So we say, وَمِنْ أَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ. Everybody. وَمِنْ أَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ. وَمِنْ أَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ. وَمِنْ أَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ. وَمِنْ أَذَابِ الْقَبْرِ. And from the punishment of the grave. Those who get punishment in the grave, the first person or the first people to get punishment in the grave are the ones who don't answer those 3 questions. Okay? So there's a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who could tell me that hadith? The hadith. Okay. Here's the hadith. I'm going to just say it. You guys can write it verbatim. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when the last person walks away from the grave and takes 7 steps away from the grave, when he's 7 steps away from the grave, the last person that leaves the grave site, okay? Once he leaves, there's 2 angels that come and they tell him, raise up, get up, right? So the person's going to sit up in the grave. And first of all, who can tell me the names of these angels? Munkar and same root word, Nakir. Munkar and Nakir. You see they got the same root word. Munkar, Nakir, same root word. Munkar, Nakir. What color are they? Blue, black. Okay? So we're told that the 2 angels, once the person takes how many steps away from the grave? 7. Okay? Once the person takes 7 steps away from the grave, then he is told to sit up in his grave. Sit up. Okay? And he's asked these 3 questions. The first question is, Who is your Lord? What's the answer? Allah. Okay? Then the question, what is your deen? What's your deen? Huh? Islam. Huh? They say, who was that man Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Who was he? Huh? Messenger of Allah. Well, they didn't say Muhammad.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, well, that would throw me off basically. Who was what now?
Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, we got two examples. The example of the Muslim who answered these questions and the example of the non-Muslim that don't answer these questions. When the Muslim answer these questions, and we have to understand that when you answer these questions, you can't lie to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your heart is going to answer for you. So whatever it is that you believed, it's going to answer for you. And I remember like one brother, my friend became Muslim, said, yeah, brother, if your God was girls, you're going to say, who's your God? Girls. You know, who's my money? You know, your heart is going to speak for you. Okay? You can't lie to Allah. You can't give him an answer that you think that he wants to hear. It's going to be what is in you. Okay? Just like on the Day of Judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that he will cover your mouth and he'll start making your hands and your feet talk on you. Man, you did this, you do that. He'll be like,
so ignore.
Right? And he said that he's going to cover your mouth, he's going to close your mouth up and let your whole body testify against you. Okay? You can't, Allah's Akbar, you can't even lie on that day. Right? Your hand will say, he took me here, he made me touch this, he made me do this, he did this. Oh, man, you're telling on us. You know? But Allah going to make it happen. So the first one is the Muslim answered all these questions right. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. It said that his grave will be opened up for him. Then he will be able to rest in peace. Okay? His grave will open up for him as far as his eyes can see. Okay? His good deeds will be turned into companions for him, that they will talk with him and chop it up with him in the grave. And he will be able to eat from the fruits of Jannah. He'll be eating from the fruits of paradise in the grave. And he said this will only last a long time. He'll just be kicking in there until the day of judgment, until the trumpet is blown. He will be resting in peace. She will be resting in peace. Okay? The person that doesn't answer these questions right, okay? We're told that the angel, you answer those questions wrong, he has a hammer or a mallet, a sledgehammer. Okay? And it says that he hits this person on top of the head. Boom! Okay? To the point that it's so loud that every creature except mankind and jinn, they can hear these screams and this yell. To the point that there's a hadith that says if you ever go by the cemeteries, you see that there's really nothing there because they can hear the screaming of the people in the thing. It said even in Syria, some of the people that had horses that were sick, they would take their horses to the gravesite to listen to the people screaming, and the horses will, use the bathroom and whatnot, and so that they would be cured. This is in the hadith. Because they hear the screams of the people. Okay? Right? Also, Muslims and non-Muslims should not be buried in the same grave site because there was a hadith. There was a hadith of one of the scholars. I forget why this was at, but he was having a dream. He kept having dreams that one of his relatives was in the grave, and they were like complaining. They were like in pain. They're like, hold on, why is he in pain? Why is he in discomfort or she in discomfort? Because they were known to be a pious person. And he said that they were buried next to a non-Muslim, or there was a non-Muslim or a hypocrite or somebody that was buried next to them, and the screaming and the torturing and the punishment of the person next to that person was disturbing their peace. So they went back and they found out, oh, there was somebody buried next to them, and they removed that person from next to the other people. Now, knowing these hadiths, we cannot manipulate this deen. If we know somebody died outside the realm of Islam, we can't dress them up and make them like a Muslim, like they're going to die as a Muslim and sit there and pray the prayer over and all of that, man. We will be doing an injustice. Because especially after I heard that hadith about putting non-Muslims in the grave with Muslims, man, you will be disturbing the peace of everybody else that's in the grave, because to hear them screams and whatnot. Also, the Prophet Muhammad said, do not bury the non-Muslims and the Muslims in the same gravesite. Okay, this is, but we're here in America, if people want to believe, they have this concept that, well, once a Muslim, you're always a Muslim. Oh, they took Shahada when he was 3 years old, and she, inshallah, that'll save her. But she been drinking alcohol and doing this and that all her life, never even made Salah. she ain't no Muslim no more. Right? You don't make salat, you're out of the realm of Islam. You don't make you don't fast during the month of Ramadan, you fall out of the realm of Islam. Okay? For the sisters, if they're not covering, it don't matter if they took Shahada 10 years ago. Well, I took Shahada 10 years ago, but I ain't covered in 5. Where do you think you're going? You think you're going to heaven? What? This ain't Christianity. Well, I believe in Jesus. Yes, Jesus loves me, so now I'm physical paradise. This is not Christianity. Islam requires work. It requires some type of action. Islam requires what? Submission. Okay? So again, Al-Qabri. So we asking Allah subhanahu for the punishment of the grave, because the grave is real. We're going to be asked 3 questions. Who's your Lord? What's your deen? Who's your prophet? Who's your prophet? Muhammad sallallahu. You better say Muhammad sallallahu. You better say Islam. You better say Allah. And those angels that are going to come, as we just said, they're black. So they're black with the blue eyes. With blue eyes. Okay? They're black with blue eyes. And these angels will ask you questions. Okay? So the intent, there is a hadith where we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our qawl, to make our word firmly rooted in this life and make our words firmly rooted in the next life. This is the hadith. Right? Oh Allah, make me firmly rooted in your deen. Okay? To be firmly rooted in this deen also means that on the day of judgment, make my mouth firmly rooted in your deen. So when these angels come and ask me the questions, I'm firmly rooted in this deen. I'm firmly rooted in what it is I'm supposed to say. Don't make me shake and shiver, Ya Allah, when I'm asked these questions. Help me in answering these questions. That should be your dua, inshallah. Okay, so this is again just showing the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us to seek refuge with him from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Again, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adhabi jahannam. Okay, oh Allah, verily I seek refuge in you from the punishment of the hellfire. Now we know the hellfire is real. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something about the hellfire. Now you read the hadith or you read the ayahs in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He will make their skin be burned off, then He'll replace it with another skin. Have y'all read that ayah where He said one of the punishments is that He will burn the skin and He'll replace it with another to get it burned again. There's an ayah in the Quran where Allah says this. This is one of the punishments of the fire. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will burn your skin, then He'll replace it with another one. We're going to the hadith, or we're going to the explanation of it. It says because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes this burning of the skin and replenishing it, because when you get burned, those who are in the medical field, that when you get burned, once you burn certain nerves or whatnot, you don't feel nothing no more. Right? So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, so what does He do? He replenishes the skin so you can feel the pain all over again. Whew. So you don't even get away with it like, oh, and then you don't feel no more pain because of the nerves and everything have been burned. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that He will replenish that skin on you so that that continuous pain will be continuous. So then we went into the hadith, and Ibn Abbas, he said, in one day, the skin is burned, replenished, burned, replenished, burned, and replenished. In one day, guess how many times? 70,000. That's in hadith. Ibn Abbas. So we see in the rest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the punishment of the grave or the hellfire, 70,000 times. That's just one day. 70,000 times, again, your whole body burned, your whole skin burned off. Then Allah replenishes again. Then He burns it again. 70,000 times. Astaghfirullah. Right? So we seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from these things. Okay? Again, everybody. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adhabi jahannam wa min adhabi al-qabri. Okay? The hellfire of the grave. Man, we want to see grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for these things. Why? Because it's the reality of these things. Okay? This is going to happen. You know, we were in the grave. Who's your Lord? What's your deen? Who's your prophet? The name of the angels is what? Everybody. Munkar and Nakir. What's the name of the angels?
Munkar and Nakir.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so Adab al-Qabri. Then we also know about the hadith, right? The leaves, the 2 leaves. And the Prophet Muhammad was passing by the graves of 2 people. And then he got 2 date leaves and he put them one on here and one on here. They said, Ya Rasulullah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What did you do that for? We see you put the leaves and what? He said, well, they're being punished in the grave. Punishment of the grave. These 2 are being punished in the grave for something, although they took it lightly, They took it lightly. But in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it was major. One of them went around town doing namima. So you guys know, not naima, but namima. Right? Namima means one who's a slanderer, one who goes around spreading lies or spreading filth in the land. Okay? I don't like you. I don't want nobody else to like you, so I'm like, man, you know about man, sister me, man, you know that she did, man, man, don't like her because she boo boo. That's namima. That's slandering. Okay? So the one person that was being in the grave, he was being slandered. Okay? Now the punishment of that was the Prophet Muhammad said that they will have hooks in their eyes, in their nose, and in their mouth, and it'll rip. And once it rips, Allah will make it come back together again, and it'll rip again for namima. Okay? So all these, y'all get around, y'all know these sisters be around here gossiping and slandering around. Please warn them. There's a punishment in the grave for this. In the grave. That's before the day of judgment. Because there's people in the grave waiting for the dead. They're in the grave right now being punished. There's some people, there's snakes in the grave. Oh man, it's all kinds of things. And the thing is, but for ones that are in paradise, the ones that answer the questions right, it said that day, the day of in the grave, it will be like the blinking of an eye. It will be like, oh man, what's up, man? How you doing? All right. Oh, day of judgment, let's go. They don't feel nothing. Although it may have been thousands and thousands and thousands of years, right? But for the person who's in the grave that answered right, he don't even know it's 1,000 years. I'll give you an example. There's another example that said for the mujahid, for the shaheed, the one that dies in the cause of Allah. Right? It said that the time it takes him to have the day of judgment, he said when he dies, he'll be in the grave, he'll see one of his wives and one of the necklaces of his wives. He'll look up and he'll see one of his wives and her necklace will be, he'll see what the neck, and he'll try to grab for the time it takes him to do like this to grab for it. That's his day. He'll be resurrected for his day of judgment. That's how fast his is. And also we know about those who die in the cause of Allah. He said what? Their souls are in the body of green birds in paradise. They're not even in the grave. They flying in paradise and green birds eating from the fruits under the throne of Allah. But if you are, then it opens up your good deeds or your companions. So you'll be chopping it up with people like, oh, you're the most happy. Who are you? I'm your good deeds. Oh, man, how you doing? Your good deeds will turn into your companions in the grave. When the grave opens up for you, and you'll be chilling, eating fruits and whatnot with your good deeds. Okay? But again, so the first person, he said the two people that are being punished for something that they took light, but it's major. Again, we're talking about the punishment of the grave because we're seeking refuge in Allah for these four things. The one is namima, not naima, but namima, slander or spreading lies, and then the other one was who? Stingy. The one who didn't purify himself from urination or defecation. So the one who didn't do stingy. Stingy is the cleaning process of saving yourself or safeguarding yourself from urination, which is pee-pee, or defecation, boo-boo, when you use the bathroom. After you use the bathroom, you have to clean yourself a certain way to make sure that you are clean. Okay? Just to use toilet paper and then pull your pants up and whatnot, that's not sufficient. Okay? To use the bathroom and just to pull your pants up without cleaning yourself with water, that's not sufficient. Okay? You have to use water, clean that area with water. Okay?